Okay, we are live. So, welcome and good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depends on where you are. Data Jazzers are back for this month again. And Nicola, just a second ago, gave me a notice that this is actually our first year anniversary as Data Jazzers. So I wish you, Nicola, our first anniversary, and it's on Valentine's Day, if you see.
Oh
So
yeah, thanks, my friend. Thanks, and I wish to both of us long live for data jazzers.
yeah. So we are back. So first anniversary, back with a great guest, and as you probably saw on all of our channels, this week we are coming to you twice. So today with our regular episode with community guest, and on Thursday, first episode of Data Jazzers live from Redmond. So it will be a fun week, and stay tuned there. And for today, not to take too much time, we have great community guest. Štěpán is with us. Hope I pronounced your name well. And welcome. And nice to have you with us. So, stage is yours. Feel free to introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much. I'm super happy to be here with you. So, thank you so much for having me here. I would say that you pronounce my name pretty nice because it's a Štěpán. But I'm telling to everyone, call me Steve, please. It's much more easier to anyone. So, hello, guys.
Hi, great to have
Hi.
you on our stream. Yeah, thanks for joining. Thanks for spending your time with us, especially because we know you are at such a wonderful place at the moment. And yeah, talking about Power BI. Yeah, I think you probably have better things to do at the moment, but yeah, still yeah. So maybe we should kick it off with something that most of our community, Power BI community, enjoy, and that's thanks to you and your team. But still, I believe that a lot of people are not aware of the tool, of this wonderful tool that you created. So can you tell us a little bit more about Reportee? How complicated it was to create it, and motivation, and how this came up?
Okay. So the reporting will be our first topic. Okay. For the ones who don't know or don't know what Reportee is, so Reportee is the Power BI app which is capable to learn the end users how to use the reports, which starts as a slight idea because we were at one of our customers and we had to take down our reports because we weren't able to use tooltips, buttons, and etc. And we were very excited why we cannot use that. Because our customer told us that, hey, please don't use it because our end users will be not able to use that. Why? Because they're starting using PCs, they are a little bit older, and we would prefer to have some reporting like inside the Excel, so more a static one and not very not very interactive. Okay, that wasn't something that we was about to do. And because we had to deliver something, so we've delivered these reports, and we will start thinking about how to provide these end users some tool where they can click through everything that's capable inside the Power BI from an end user perspective, like a tooltips, like a drill down, something that will really take these end users to the lesson and really guide them through all these aspects. And we were thinking how to do it because I think we all know that there are many other tools that are specialized for L&D, so for learning and development. But if we will be inside the Power BI and we will be able to use other reports that we have here inside the Power BI service, why shouldn't we be able to learn the users directly here to deliver them real hands-on experience and prepare something inside their Power BI service. So it was the main idea. So let's bring the learning directly into the Power BI service where end users can learn how to use Power BI service and the reports itself. And to be honest, it was very tricky because we all know that Power BI is mostly for the presenting what's already inside the model or to calculate everything. So it's trying to find uh, the insights inside the data and present them somehow. But how to bring the other experience? So track what user is doing inside report or app, write it down in some kind of database, and then show the user their progress. Because every time when we are trying to learn something, we need a feedback if we learned something or not. And this also has to be here inside tool like this, so inside the reporting. And other struggle that we had when we were starting with a report or building it was that it has to be very dynamic because we know that Power BI is changing from month to month and it's really driving in crazy speed.
Yeah,
So
you teach people something today, and it's not relevant in 2-3 months. Yeah,
exactly. And thanks to that, we was looking for some ways how to be able to update this app or this database to be able to grow reporting really fast and to be able to deliver as accurate experience as it is in their Power BI service. So in these two parts, it was very tricky, but it was doable. First demo I've prepared on other vacation, which is a little bit funny, and I'm super happy that my fiance never killed me for that because I
every
would say
vacation you are doing something related to Power BI. Okay, we got
yes,
it. Okay,
like now.
yeah.
So that first version of a reportee, which was completely without uh, any specific graphic, it was just about the testing all the possible stuff that we can do, was built on that location. Then I came back and bring this to the customer and ask, and we start discussing if this is the way. And they was pretty excited about that because this is something that we really need. We need to educate them, and then we can finally deliver full capabilities of Power BI for them. And because of that, we start working on it much more heavily, and we've prepared full UI and UX experience for all the users. And because we were trying to find some better ways how to be able to track the data from the Power BI, we also needed to create our custom visual for that. Because let's say that we have there some ways how to get our data out of the Power BI, like a simple button that can just open HTTP endpoint, but it's calling the get HTTP method, so it can be aimed to anywhere, and still it's opening the blank page, so it's not really nice. We can use a Power Automate button. Let's say that we have a lot of customers, then that they don't use Power Automate, and it's because of their security. I don't know more, but their security said that we cannot use Power Automate, and Power Automate is not 100% reliable because sometimes when you trigger the flow, it will start working in a second, other times in a minute, and we was really needed to be able to quick answers. So we've prepared a custom visual that is capable to call logic apps. And logic apps can be by ARM templates, also be delivered directly into the Azure with databases, with the contents of it. So yeah, it was pretty solid direction. And
So it was a long vacation at that time.
Luckily, no. Because this visual was created just after. The first version of that was created with that Power Automate button, where we find a lot of issues that it has inside, and still it has a lot of these issues, unfortunately.
And how do you see it going forward? So market is there, people are using it, needing it. Do you plan any improvements? Can you tell the audience something, or it's still hidden?
No, it's definitely not hidden. We are doing updates every quarter of a year for a report team. The last quarter, we've added the new chapter, which is focused on AI visuals. So we finally get inside the key influencer visual, the find anomalies inside line charts, etc. And we are preparing something very special for another quarter. And I think I'm able to tell you that it will be the messaging system, because we would like to bring Reporty into your teams, because we really would like to be using the flow bot inside the teams to be able to deliver that something has changed, or so we've added new chapter, we've updated something, or even to generate a certificate for the end users, because the whole part of a Reporty is built up on the gamification. So after every part of Reporty, it's tracking if you fulfill it, or if it changed, if you fulfill it just partially, etc.
Oh,
That's cool.
Nice. Yeah.
Looking forward to see it. And to go one step back. So how did you end up in Power BI? What's your Power BI journey from early days till now? So we were throughout this year we had lots of guests, and it's always interesting to hear where people are coming from and why Power BI.
Yeah, each story is different, so
I can imagine that. Okay, I'm really thinking where to start. And I think I will start at the point where I've been creating the VBA scripts inside the Excel for the customers. And I know it's quite a far away, but I really enjoyed it. It was one of first programming languages with which one I was started after C and C++. And thanks to this VBA, I came across to Power Query and Power Pivot that just appeared inside the Excel that days. And how the time goes, Power BI started appearing on the market. And in that days, I was working as a consultant for all 365 and the few parts of Azure. And I was very interested in a cooperation of Power Query and Power Pivot that were just grabbed out of Excel, combined together into the completely new tool that was just starting completely new platform. So it really interests me, and I went for that with, I would say, all in, and start learning that from scratch. And I was watching how Power Automate and Power Apps were growing around the Power BI. I know that these apps are not that much integrated with the Power BI, but at least some integrations are there. But it was very interesting to be watching how it all grows. and how it's evolving. And still, I really enjoy watching this progress. And these days, I'm not really doing a power apps, but previously I've tried a few of them, and still, every time I was going back for Power BI because I start loving data and whole the data concept and the consequences that they can have really on any business or on any decision.
I think that's the common theme connecting all of us in the community is at one point in time we all fell in love with data and developing our careers somewhere around it. So is it Power BI? Is it a good old fashioned SQL Server? Any combination. So yeah, I think whatever the tool is called, people are gathered with interest in data and everything surrounding those topics.
Yeah, that's a great point. That's a great point. I'll proceed with a question that we ask all of our guests, so you won't be exception. In your opinion, what are the 3 most important concepts in Power BI to grasp? We separated this, one for beginners, one for intermediate users, and one for advanced users. I know you run your own company with Power BI developers, and you probably expect some level of skills when they apply for the job. So maybe you can share your experience in that regard.
Okay. I would have one suggestion for all beginners, and it's not really Power BI related. My suggest for beginners would be start learning how to ask what users really need. Because once you will be able to get the use cases, why they need something or for what, then you can start building things. And at the beginner level, no one would care how it looks like or how it has been done when it fulfilled the use case or the desire of the user. So really try to ask the questions, even try 5 why method. Even that sometimes works. But really try to understand why they need it and for what. Because thanks to that, you can start questioning yourself, how should I be building that? And why should I be building that? Or what I should add into the report to really fulfill their full use case. That would be one of my suggestions for the beginners. Second one was the intermediate.
Yeah.
Okay. For intermediate level, definitely data modeling. And because when we know what we need to deliver and what we need to fulfill, we can start be working on how we can really build that and how to prepare a proper star model to be able to get our answers very quickly. So data modeling will be definitely my second suggestion. And the last one would be calculation groups. The best one yet.
That's interesting. No one told us so far, Augustine, right?
Yeah, no, we didn't have that one so far.
Okay, cool. Why
Because,
calculation groups?
why? It's quite simple. I know a lot of developers that are scared of them. I really don't know why. Because they can really help you. They can short your developing time to very little. You can prepare C# scripts to generate them, to generate calculation groups, and you can even prepare some special calculation groups to make your reports very interesting, to make it more appealable. It can modify anything that is presenting even in a presentation layer, and it's very, very great And when you really would like to deliver interesting experience for the end users, then calculation groups are really the option.
And then you are going level up, and you try to do formatting on calculation groups, and it's fun.
I
Conditional
would say
formatting.
that once you understand how calculation groups works, then the conditional formatting for them is piece of cake.
Yeah, like everything in life.
Once you get there, I agree.
Same as everything in life. When you come up to a certain level, then everything is easier.
Yeah. But,
Sorry for interrupting. We had a great
it's
question from Rishi.
Mhm.
Hi, Rishi, by the way. Nice to see you.
Hey.
What about field parameters for some of those use cases instead of calculation groups? If I may use like 30 seconds. So I'm currently working on developing one model that combines field parameters and calculation groups.
Yep.
So what's your take on this, Štěpán?
I love calculation groups and I love field parameters, and especially the capability to work together. When field parameters appear inside the Power BI, I really had to try them together, and especially because I really like manipulating with visual layer on very different by very different ways, and I really like to giving user the ability to change on what they are really looking. So imagine just a simple scenario that you have the matrix where you have in a columns measures that should be calculated, and in the rows you have a dimension. Field parameters give you complete ability to change these rows to any dimension that you want to. And calculation groups are giving you ability to, based on your selection for these rows, calculate completely different columns. And I really love how this can be dynamic. But to be able to switch from field parameters to calculation groups, I would say it strongly depends on a whole use case for what you're building the model, because the field parameters have their own limitations inside the connected models. Like if I will have another model connected to previous one, then field parameters wouldn't work very well. And but on the other hand, calculation groups are very hard to understand for the end users that would just like to connect to a dataset and create reports. So all of them has their pluses and minuses, but I'm using both of them very often in my models.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
I think people are still investigating what are the possibilities combining both,
Yes.
and where it can take us. I think possibilities are endless. That, at least from my point of view, it's still a lot of use cases to discover out there, and I'm looking forward every day that somebody posts something new. That it's always really interesting. But listening to your answers and everything, so I was thinking about the other thing. So Nicola and I, a few other people, had to have a Power BI bootcamp for completely new users end of last year, and I received interesting questions there. And if you would be a new to Power BI world completely, what direction would you choose? Because how the ecosystem is growing, so Power BI is becoming huge. So it's hard to be end-to-end expert in Power BI like you could, I don't know, 3 years back. What would you advise to a completely new person coming into Power BI world?
Except asking good questions.
So which part would you choose? Should they dig deeper into, I don't know, Power Query? Should they master their DAX skills? Should they go to visualizations and make amazing reports?
I would say it depends on why they are coming into the Power BI. When we are learning other people's Power BI, we have some sort of quiz that help us divide them into the modelers, into the admins, into the report users, and we have, I would say, about 7 different personas in which ones we can divide the users, and based on that, we are focusing them to exact parts. So I would say that there is no very 100% answer, because it still would depend on what they want to, but this quiz really help us to at least decide what or where to aim them.
That's a good approach.
Yeah, I agree. We also have this question for many of our guests, but I think in your case, because you explained what is your background, but still, I would like to hear your opinion. M or DAX, and why M?
Okay, I have 3 different answers: short one, long one, and Microsoft answer.
Let's go with all of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the last one, so Microsoft answer would be it depends.
Of course.
Okay. So now we can go for a short one. None of them. And
Why?
now for a long now for a long one. I would say that none of them is better than other one, because all or both have their own specific purpose, and they should be used exactly for this purpose. If I will try to calculate, let's say, trailing 12 month inside a Power Query, I can do it. But why would I be doing that on a model with 700 million rows? It would be calculating very, very long, and DEX can calculate it in seconds. So from this perspective, I wouldn't be comparing them at all. From my personal perspective, I really enjoy creating M codes, because I really love creating custom connectors and creating custom functions inside the Power Query. Maybe it's because of that I'm able to write it not inside the Power BI but inside Visual Studio Code, and then saving them inside my GitHub repository. But still, I also love a DEX because it really gives me lots of capabilities to manipulate with mostly anything that is running inside the Power BI. So
Yeah.
That's a good one. And it really is a truth completely. So it depends from where you're coming from, what's the use case, what's behind. And I think the only correct answer is the Microsoft one. It depends.
yeah.
And speaking about Microsoft, so if you are owning Power BI for a day, what would be the feature you would implement as the first one? So what you are missing the most?
If I will be owning Power BI inside the Microsoft for 1 day, I think I will not be implementing nothing. Because I think I would need more days to find out what's really happening, what's preparing, etc., and then find out how the code really works and if there is any feature that I can deliver very fast. But the feature that I'm really missing inside the Power BI is integration with Git or GitHub, Azure DevOps, whatever. At least with some Git variant, because I would really love to really have the CI/CD complete inside the Power BI without anything other necessary. I'm using PBI tools, and I really appreciate it. It's wonderful. It's absolutely perfect for continuous integration and development, but would be very nice to have it directly inside the Power BI, and especially for something that I've already tell that when I have some custom functions for Power Query inside my repository, I would like to be in a Power BI on a click to get them here from a repository and to be able to directly use them. And it would be absolutely wonderful. That's a feature that I'm really missing in Power
Or
BI.
saving it back to Git.
Yeah, definitely. Just Git extract. Yeah.
No, I agree with you with PBI tools. I'm using them as well within my company, and it's a tool. It's been missing on the market for a long time. We all were crying for it, and I think Matthias were the only one hearing us crying a lot and delivering a tool. So thank him for that.
Definitely.
But
thank you, Matthias.
Otherwise, yeah, I think Git is also one of the things which could be better or there.
Yeah, agree. Since we don't have any questions at the moment from the audience, maybe you, if you're ready, of course, maybe you can do a short tour through the reportee just to show some main features and then how users can leverage this tool.
I think I can try that. At least. So I will try to share a screen. So yep, share the entire screen, or maybe yeah. Now you should be able to see reportee inside the Power BI service. Are you or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we are there.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the first page that come up to the user when he went into the reportee, which is just an information page that is saying that all the which is blue is theoretical explanation and tasks. Green is explanation for what happened, and yellow means that part is closed. So you've already fulfilled that. There's something that I didn't tell you yet, and that report is bilingual. You can switch to any language that you want. Of course, if it's part of the reportee. In this moment, in this demo, I have here just two languages. One is Czech language, and second one is English. So I will stay here in English. But
in Czech.
OK. Můžu přepnout naprosto rychle, dobře?
Yeah, modra. Wow.
Okay.
We understand, Augustine, right? Modra, zelena, žluta. Yeah, we have almost the same words in our language.
Yeah.
Okay, I will switch back to the English. I think it will be fine. Okay. I will say that I'm ready, and reportee will start recalculating everything and preparing the menu for me. Because I'm at the admin account, I'm able to see the results of all users that has been working with the reportee, and I can directly say that 36% of chapters has been done by all users. But if I will be here by someone else, I will be able to see just my progress. And this is the first page where I can see my chapters that I can do. So I can see here overview, buttons, slices, interaction, zoom, tables, and matrix sorting. And I can go for another page where are other parts of the reportee, and the end user can go through any part that he would like to. Because I'm looking on this from the admin perspective, I can see that someone already fulfilled all of them. Because if there would be some part like AI visuals that no one would fulfill before, the progress bar would be great. So I will be able to see that I should start with it and went through. And if I will go through the report, let's say through the slices part, I can went through where everything should be explained to me how it works. So, okay, I have here some type of slices. I have mostly three different types of slices, so text, numeric, and date one. So let's went for text one. And here starts the funny part, because report D is asking you for something really do. So a slicer with a text value can looks like the list or context menu. And in any of them, you can select any value. So I can select the basic or the professional, but nothing will happen because I've been asked to select the expert. So once I was selected, I can hit the well done, and I will be moved to other page where I can see that everything has been filtered by what I've selected. And it's even told me that. I can go to another part, and here I am able to see that I have here some search bar inside the slices. So if I will have these searches inside the slices, so user will know that he should click inside of that and start typing what he's looking for. Or that I have here just select all variants, and if I will unselect something, how it will affect and how the difference between variant with select all or without of this selection will look like. If I will, okay.
Is everything built in Power BI only, or did you use
Yes.
some other things like JavaScript or?
No. This is just a Power BI.
Okay, cool.
If I will go to the end, I have here a little bit different button, because if I will click on that, it will say saved, and it will call the logic apps, give them the module that I've just finished, and it will be written into the database, because this whole report is running on a direct query. So once I will click on that and go that for slicer menu, color of this button would normally change, but because we are in admin mode, we can see that everything has been already at least once finished. And that's mostly how Reporty works now, because even on a main menu, this will recalculate and it will show that I've fulfilled some part of that. If there is a module like a slices with other sub-modules inside of that, like a text, dates, and numbers, the fulfillment just part, so like now when we fulfill just the text slices, will be shown here inside the main menu, not with a gray or blue, but with a yellow, and it will appear just in a part of the image of into the gauge. Because this part, when you can see overview, button, slices, etc., is built by one matrix visual and by a little bit manipulation of SVGs that are hidden inside of that.
Oh, nice. Yeah, really looks like it's built using JavaScript or something like that. Yeah.
This is the first part of a reporty, because there are two other parts. One is a practice report, because when you will went through this learning process, you would like to test it somewhere. So for that is here the practice report, and this practice report can be connected on any data that you want to. Because when we are delivering reporting to some company, we would like to provide the users ability to see their own data that they know these data inside this practice report. And for L&D, we have here the specific overview. Sorry, it will be not working now because it's not updated, but the overview is scanning how many people's already fulfilled which parts, and can even notify the L&D workers that someone started with that but never finished it, or that all end users already finished their chapters, etc.
Like log analytics.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, I gave it a shot like few months ago. But yeah, I have to be honest. I didn't play around since then. But yeah, I really like it, and I sincerely hope that many people in community will become aware and use this for learning and teaching purposes. Yeah.
I think it's a great option that people can have a practice report somewhere with all the explanation, progress, and everything. But I see we have a question from.
Cool.
Is it Pragati behind Data Vibe?
I think it is. Yeah.
I think it is. So, what do you think? What are your thoughts on number of monthly updates that we get every month for Power BI? And do you think it's easy to keep up with them from a developer point of view?
Okay, from my own personal perspective, there are some months where it's very hard to stay completely updated and knew everything. But on the other hand, there are other months where there's not that much updates, so you can easily learn all from previous months. And also, I would say every time it depends on workload that you have. But yeah, the number of updates that are appearing inside the Power BI is absolutely enormous. And it's wonderful. I really love how fast it's going forward, because it's moving like a train, and I think nothing can stop it.
And from our point of view, so that's why data juzzers are here to help you. So each and every month, 2 days after official update release, we'll be hosting somebody from Microsoft delivering you insights to the most interesting update of that month. So at least helping everybody to get some insights how things are working and what is really needed to deliver updates which might seem small and meaningless, but it's a huge effort behind to deliver even those small things.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Also, a question on coming in. Can you share with us a link where people can get Reportee?
I can share with you the link where you can find other informations about Reportee, and sometimes we're doing also the let's say trial version of Reportee where we ask or where we create some pool on LinkedIn where you can go inside, and if we will okay, let's say that we are collecting the answers, and then we are selecting about 10 or 15 users that we will let for a month into the Reportee. And also for anyone who has MVP award, then he's completely able to get into the Reportee in a day, because for anyone with this award, we've opened Reportee, so he can just reach me and I will add him into the Reportee directly.
That's
nice.
Good to know.
Thanks for sharing. Yeah. Thanks for sharing. Yeah. Yeah. At this moment, we don't have any further questions from the audience, so maybe we can slowly move forward towards the end of this episode and leave you to enjoy your vacation. Before you leave, can you tell us what's your current focus? If you can describe your, let's say, usual day, week, or month, what are you doing when you are not on holiday? And what's pushing you forward every day?
Okay.
We know what you are doing on holidays, but
yeah.
Okay.
Custom visuals, Power BI, and stuff like that.
I'm very happy that I'm not the one who's doing the custom visuals, to be honest. But okay. My current focus is mostly now on an architecture level because I really enjoy creating all the architecture concepts of how the data should work inside the company and how it can cooperate with other tools, especially with Power BI, and how it all should be set up and creating the governance around it. But I would say that I don't have a specific template for my day because it's kind of random. And of course, it's not. But okay, it's because I would say that it strongly depends on the customers on which ones I'm currently working. Based on that, I have set up my schedule and my calendar, and I'm just going through it and doing everything what's necessary. But I would say last 2 months, I've mostly been doing the Power BI governance and stuff with Power BI REST API because next to a reportee, we're preparing other product, which is Power BI Admin Cockpit. And we're just delivering to first few customers. So it will be fully online very soon. And if I should answer what's pushing me forward and every day, I have very simple answer for that. My family.
That's a good one.
Fair point.
Because I'm now on a vacation and I'm still able to be here with you talking to you guys, and no one is mad at me.
You think that?
It's a
Okay,
Valentine
we'll find out. We'll find out. Okay.
But I'm super happy that I have this huge support because thanks to that I can take a lot of time to be learning about architectures, about Power BI, about other parts of Azure, mostly anytime when I want to. So it's really pushing me forward because I really appreciate when I understand how things works. And thanks to the support, I can do that.
Nice.
That's a nice.
I have one more question. Sorry. What's the best?
Okay.
What's the best Czech beer? Is it Staropramen?
No.
No.
You never said that.
That's why I asked.
From many breweries, I would say that it's a Demon from Děčín. But from large brewing companies, I would definitely say it's a Pilsen.
Pilsen,
Pilsen
okay.
Urquell. Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully we can try together soon.
Hope so. So get into the Czech Republic and we will go grab some beers.
Yeah, that sounds very nice. That sounds very nice.
I think Nicola, we need to organize Data Jazzers on tour.
Definitely. And we will not miss Prague for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Maybe there will be also an option around November, because last year we've done in Czech Republic first Power Platform conference that was closed just for Czech and Slovakia, but for this year I don't want to promise that, but it looks that we will open that for other country speakers. So
oh, nice. That's
sounds
really
interesting.
Good news. Yeah, good news.
I will keep you informed.
Cool.
That's interesting. So if it's there, hope will come and join you for a beer.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Štěpán. So for joining us from your vacation, and to share with us your point of view on some of the things we usually discuss here. And it was a pleasure. So I hope that Reportee and other tools gain traction, so that we can, I don't know, repeat this one for our second anniversary as well, and see what's new there.
Thank you so much, guys, for having me. It was super excited to be there with you, and I'm looking forward to talk to you again.
Yeah,
Thank you
same
very
here.
much,
Thanks for joining, and enjoy the rest of your vacation.
Yeah.
I will.
And thanks to all of you in the audience, and see you in 2 days with first episode of Live from Redmond. So thank you
Yeah.
and see you.